This is the most disgusting film ever made, and it was almost single-handedly responsible for the resurgence of the KKK in the United States. But it is very important that we talk about it, because even now our perception of history was warped because of this film. The Birth of a Nation is a 1915 silent film. The film completely romanticizes the Confederacy and portrays the Ku Klux Klan as a hero group, while African Americans, who were played by white people in blackface, were depicted as stupid and sexually aggressive towards the innocent white woman. A racist trope that goes back as far as Shakespeare and is still used today. This film saw a lot of financial success, but it wasn't without controversy. But that didn't matter. The film achieved what it was set out to do. KKK membership skyrocketed after this film. Confederate statues and monuments started popping up all over the nation, such as the stone mountain carving where the Daughters of the Confederacy explicitly said they were inspired by the film. And this monument became the spot for KKK rallies. What we now know as the Confederate flag is the flag that was flown in this movie. And at the time, this was the most revolutionary film ever made, and that worked in their favor. The visuals, the story, the editing, everything worked together to push a sense of nostalgia and heroism. And this romanticized view of the Confederacy sparked the Lost Cause movement in the United States, where they tried to reshape the history of the Confederacy to not be about slavery, but about morally just causes, which is a belief some people still hold on today. But this is not accurate. Although not all Confederate states had an official declaration for seceding, the ones that did mention slavery. In fact, it was mentioned 83 times. It is very, very important to understand that our social perception of history is often influenced by things that did not happen. The first rom-com that was ever made came out during the Great Depression. That is because life sucked, so they wanted a distraction from reality. But now when people look back on those films, they get a very warped perception of what that time period was actually like. And a lot of people know they can manipulate nostalgia and emotions to push an agenda. And that is exactly what Birth of a Nation did.